It's turkey time. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Everyone is getting ready for the big turkey day. Coming up, we have got some seriously good travel tips. Plus, there is somebody doing something on a plane that, you won't believe. You got to hear about. Also, everyone's getting engaged too because it's the holiday season. Check out this ring. We will discuss tips on how to handle it when all your friends are getting engaged and you're just flying solo. It's all that and more on Imperfect by Design. Welcome to Imperfect by Design. I'm your host, KT Harris, along with
Melinda, Kirsty with the Mosty.
And this is Imperfect by Design. Basically, this is a podcast that is for everyone to realize what you see on social media and what you see posted by everybody else. A lot of times it's not real. Life is imperfect. We fail, we cry, we stumble, but we embrace it and we own it. And that, my friends, is Imperfect by Design. So, Melinda, I got to ask you, how was your week this week?
My week was fabulous. I just found out a couple of days ago that Voices of Service will be on the next America's Got Talent Season 2 Champions Edition. So save the date, January 6th, 2020.
Oh, wow. Wow. Congrats. That's good stuff.
Yeah, we're so excited, and you just have to wait and see.
What's going to happen? Well, my week has been kind of crazy, and they say crazy things happen in threes. So I will start off by mentioning Miss Piggy. I was wearing my little, my eyelash, the added eyelashes. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to go to work. And as I'm getting ready to go to work, my boyfriend, Chi, looks at me, and you know what he says?
No, what does he say this time?
You've got your Miss Piggy eyelashes on today, don't you?
What?
I'm like, Miss Piggy, one of the things you do not do is ever compare your girlfriend to Miss Piggy.
Hey, Miss Piggy is kind of a diva, so, she's fabulous fashion.
I do love Miss Piggy. So you know what I did, my response?
Okay.
Oh, it was brilliant. My response was all day long. I sent him various videos of Miss Piggy karate chopping Kermit. I was like, yeah, got you back. The next thing is something I really don't want to admit in public, but it truly happened. I have another job. I have several jobs because that's what you do in this business.
Okay.
I help a girlfriend of mine, Melissa, run a storage facility. And so we're working together. We're going through a unit. And she says to me, she goes, hey, KT, you got your phone? And I was like, yeah, I do. And she goes, I need for you to look something up. Can you go ahead and go to your internet browser and then look something up for me? I was like, sure.
Yeah.
I put on my internet browser. And Pornhub comes up on my phone.
God. In front of your boss?
In front of my boss. And I'm like, quick. Oh my God. What do we do? And she just looks over and she says, I don't think you're going to find the part number on Pornhub.
Oh my God.
Talk about embarrassing. And then the trifecta, the final third thing that happened to me this week, which was crazy, was the fact that somebody hacked my bank account.
Oh, no.
Which is going on a lot this year. You had forwarded me an article about people using their phone charging and then getting their information stolen.
Yeah.
I got a notice. While I was shopping online, I got a notice from Wells Fargo about this random charge, and we suspect it's fraud.
Yeah.
I realized it was, and I had to file a claim. I have to change all my card numbers. So be really cautious as we get into the holiday season. But in a way, I kind of smirked because I was like, you know what? Joke's on them. I don't have any money for you to steal. I'm like, I just spent all my money on Amazon on ugly Christmas sweaters, okay? So that pretty much was my hellacious week. And now we need to talk about our hero of the week. Every week we like to honor somebody that really embraces being imperfect by design. And this week I've decided to Make Our Hero is somebody she does podcasting as well.
Yes.
Her name is Sarah Fraser. Hey, Fraser.
Hey, Fraser.
She has her own podcast. She's a brilliant, strong woman, really talented in broadcasting. But she shared something that she went through recently. She was 14 weeks pregnant and she lost the baby. And
she's so brave.
When you admit something like that in a public forum, it's very, very difficult. But as I was watching the responses of people that
showed her so much love.
They showed her love. But what was interesting to me, and the reason why I think it's important to acknowledge her as Hero of the Week, is that there were a lot of people that had been through the exact same thing.
Right.
And when you go through something like that, sometimes you do feel alone. And sometimes you feel like the burden is on you and it's heavy. But when somebody's actually open about that and they embrace it, it helps you deal with it. And it's really cathartic. And so for that, Sarah, bravo to you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Thank you very much.
And I just wanted to mention that, my little sister, she had 2 ectopic pregnancy. She lost, 2 babies. And then they did infertility treatments, and we have the twins.
Aww.
So I am definitely going to be praying for her and just so thankful for, her being brave to share that story.
Good things are around the corner.
Yeah.
They really are. So you just got to hope, pray, and be positive.
Yeah.
All right. So there are 2 just real quick things I've got to mention. Weird things. We all like to save money. How would you like to go to a hotel and spend a night in a hotel in Japan for only 97 cents? This, my friends, can be yours. Hotel in Japan offering that low rate in exchange for the fact that you need to be on a live stream the whole time you're staying in the hotel room.
For a second, I was like, is this a sponsor? Are we flying to Japan? Did we just win something?
But would you do that? Would you spend the night on the cheap in exchange for streaming everything?
I don't know. Sometimes something that sounds too good to be true. I mean, they can see everything. I mean, while you're changing, I would probably wear like a bikini or a bathing suit in the shower. I don't know.
Oh, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Listen, if I could go to Japan and spend 97 cents, you know what? And you want to look at that? You want to look at this? Go ahead. Preserve that image for the rest of my life because it doesn't get any better than that. Also, just a real quick thing. In Dubai, they have started doing this thing at a bar where you get discounted drinks according to your weight. You actually have to step on a scale when you get into the bar. And the more you weigh, the more discount you get.
Wow.
They would lose so much money on me. I'd be all over there loud and proud. I'll have a tea as in tequila, please.
Hey.
Exactly. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So now we need to bring on Danielle with the Mom Minute. This is travel season. Everyone is flying, you're driving, and
you're getting ready for the holidays. Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Now, first and foremost, beware. There are people out there who take their shoes and their socks off. This happened to a recent lady. She put it on Twitter where she took a picture. A lady had taken off her shoes and her socks, and her bare feet were hanging over the seat.
That's gross.
Over her head. Now, if it were me, I would have taken a fork or an eyeliner or something, and I would have just started jabbing. I mean, like, seriously, like, if you put your feet above my head, you're going to get hurt. So when you are traveling with kids and stuff like that, Danielle, do you have some hacks for us today?
I have several. So my first one is Ziploc bags. Okay. This works on a number of levels. You can bring snacks in Ziploc bags, being able to parse them out, so the kids don't make a mess, whether you're traveling by car or a plane. Also, you can put outfits in them. So if your kids make a mess, which they inevitably will do, you can just do the one outfit out and then one back in. So if it's a mess, you don't mess up the rest of your stuff.
Oh, thank goodness for Ziploc bags. That's an amazing tip. Even if you don't have kids, that's a good tip.
Yeah, I know. Like, you can keep everything separate, and then you can just toss it as you go, Okay, so then there's quiet toys. Definitely stuffed animals and a headphone splitter. you're going to need that because if your kids are into tablets and things like that, at least if one dies, they can at least share the second one. So get a headphone splitter, okay? And then the one you might not have thought of, flat crayons.
Flat crayons?
Imagine being flat crayons, either square or triangle shaped, okay?
Okay.
So hear me out. Imagine being cramped in a airplane cabin and, you know, you're flying budget. You're not paying for first class with your kids. So imagine trying to crawl around on the floor because one of the 500 crayons your kid had to bring was rolling off the tray table. If they're flat, they can't roll off the table.
That's genius.
So there's
genius.
Yes, you won't be chasing them. The only reason, maybe if your kid throws them, hopefully they don't do that. Okay.
That is brilliant.
The other one.
Go ahead.
Okay, the other one is now you are allowed to carry on at. It doesn't count. One of your checked baggages is allowed to be a car seat, and it doesn't count against you. So that doesn't count as one of your 2 checked baggages. What you do is you shove extra diapers inside there so that you don't have to carry it with you on your carry-on. And I have it on good authority. I have a colleague who is a travel expert. He said that your baby bag actually does not count as a carry-on. So you can have those 2 carry-ons plus a baby bag. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Also Tide Pods or like laundry detergent pods. If you bring those with you, if you have the chance to, you can probably do some laundry at the hotel and go home with clean clothes. That way you don't have to pay like any upcharges for any detergent they try to sell you at the hotel, and they're easy to pack.
So that's not, the TSA is not going to be like, what is this? With the Tide?
No. I mean, if you throw it in your checked baggage, you're cool. It's a flute, but it's in your checked baggage, and you can do your laundry at the hotel, which I've had laundry done at like on my honeymoon. I was able to go home with clean clothes.
Wow.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
And I have to confess that you kind of scared me when you started talking about Tide Pods. I thought you were talking about that's what you're going to feed your kids.
The Tide Pod challenge.
The real Tide Pod challenge is actually wanting to do laundry on vacation.
Well, you know, when you're traveling in an airplane, those tips are absolutely brilliant. And I do have kind of a weird confession because we're talking about like tips with kids and stuff like that. Traveling with my son in the DC area when he was younger, you reach impossible situations where your kid has got to use the bathroom. And what do you do? I mean,
oh, goodness.
I mean, like when they're going, Mommy, I gotta pee, Mommy, I gotta pee, Mommy, I gotta pee, and you're stuck on 495 and you can't go anywhere. So one day I actually
Oh no, I'm scared.
I mean, what could I do? I couldn't really stop anywhere, and it's unsafe to stop on the side of the road. So I looked around and I found a bottle. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, Nicholas, you're just going to have to use, you're just going to have to use this, be really discreet and like make sure that you, and he did that. And I opened up the door because every single time after that, he was like, hey, Mom, I got to pee. You got a bottle around.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
So be very, very careful when you introduce that travel tip to your kids.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh. It was just crazy. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for joining us. I cannot wait to talk to you. I can't wait to talk to you again during our big holiday edition.
And have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.
Happy Thanksgiving, ladies.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo!
All right, so we need to talk about engagements. Let's see this bling right here. It's not real. I just want to mention that it's not real and it doesn't even fit my finger, but it was cute. It was a cute little bauble that I found. So many people getting married and getting engaged, and you follow their Insta story and.
Yeah, that's how I found out. My cousin Chris just proposed to his girlfriend in Central Park, New York City. And they had been dating for 12 years. And finally, she said yes. Woo!
That is so romantic, too.
Yeah.
In Central Park.
Mm-hmm. Oh. They're such a gorgeous couple.
And you know what? And this is beautiful and this is wonderful. But if you're single, like me.
Like me.
We all, not all of us, but certain people do have that little fantasy of like, you want your Prince Charming and you haven't met him yet and you're still single and you're wondering, you're having to, you're like going, where's that ring? And you kind of feel left out because you're not part of like everybody else's perfect story. Well, guess what? This is imperfect by design. I got some hints on how you can handle this. Now, first and foremost, you can take a break from social media. You can not follow. It's okay if it's overwhelming to see somebody else's love story play out and it just kind of like dings you in your heart. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay to say no and to walk away from it. Number two, the best thing to do around this time of year as people get engaged is to plan a vacation. No, I mean, we giggle, but I mean, like the past 2 years, I've gone to Thailand, I've gone to El Salvador. I've done these trips because it kind of gives you something hopeful to look forward to that you just really, really love. And the final one is get a hobby. If you have a hobby, like whether it's painting or whether it's wine drinking.
Karaoke.
Or karaoke, that's definitely a great way to deal with it. All right, so turkey time, Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm actually going to be hosting my family at my condo. So my sister's flying in from San Antonio, and my mom, she's not going to be there. She went to the Philippines, so it'll be at my time.
Wow. That's kind of scary.
We're all going to have assignments, so it's going to be potluck style. So it's not all on me. I do know how to cook, though. I promise.
I can't wait for these stories. Just real quick, I've got a couple tips on how to survive Thanksgiving if your family serves drama as a side dish for the turkey. It always happens. I've eaten Chinese food on Thanksgiving for many years because of the drama that I've had to deal with, but that's okay. I've got some tips for you to survive. Number one, phone a friend. Always have a friend that you can text and be like, you're not going to believe what my Aunt Becky did. Also, make sure you plan your exit strategy in case it does go wrong. Make sure you know which restaurants are open and you've got alcohol at the house. And the final tip, which is brilliant, is being able to make a game out of the drama. So, my friends, I have dysfunctional family bingo cards.
Nice.
So basically, while you're sitting there, you can check off when your aunt is late, when your mom says, when are you going to get married? Or when your auntie says, you look like you're gaining weight. Why are you so fat? Just check it off and do dysfunctional family bingo. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. And next week, we have got to discuss, what do men really want for the holidays? We're going to bring in Paul from the Man Minute, and then we need to talk about a relationship that we all have, a relationship that has helped us through birthdays, holidays, anniversaries that might be on the rocks because it's bad for you. What is this relationship? Find out that and more on the next episode of Imperfect by Design. Make sure that you catch Imperfect by Design. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.